mean to drop that. I sure did not. Should I do my nails? Let me think about it. I just pretty much retwisted my hair, washed it. I'm gonna grease it. Keep my hands lotioned up. I got a bad habit of not lotioning my hands. I got some soft hands, but Jesus, I could always do better. Oh my God, I don't know what to think about this shit. Anunnaki aliens coming to get us. People talk about they ready on the ship. I don't know. I'm ready for motherfuckers to leave that don't need to be here. That's what I'm ready for. Come get your people. Come get your peoples. Jesus' disciples have a reunion. This is Ariel Fitz, Fitz.
Look, all I'm saying is I had one moment of hesitation just because I like to be sure.
Thomas.
And now I'm ready for life. Doubting Thomas. Really? Could have been worse. You could have been Judas. Which Judas we talking about? That Judas or the other Judas? I am the other Judas. Thank you very much. Been trying to clear my name for 2 millennia. The man can't even introduce himself without a disclaimer. His mama named him what would soon become
Andrew.
the synonym of betrayal. Oh yeah, I see it. What you
John.
I'm just glad Matthias joined the gang. Thanks, man. I'm always honored to be here. Yo.
Mathis.
Not just say one Judas is enough. Who invited him? Who invited me? I'm a part of the original 12, baby. The question is, who invited him? Come on, Judas. Don't be like that. I was voted in fair and square. That's funny. I don't remember casting a vote. And I don't remember betraying the Messiah, so too bad. John! Oh, Lord, here comes my brother. It's about to get real, y'all. What's up here? John, I've been really trying to play it cool with you, but you keep pushing me. This is how I know Jesus loves me. He had to change his name from Simon because he knew I couldn't deal with people thinking that he was me. First, John had to be the one and only gospel that mentioned my name to make sure everybody knew that he outran me to Jesus too. And now check this. Matthew, can you please tell them what you wrote about who chopped off the man's ear? Well, here's one of Jesus' companions reached for his sword and cut off the servant's hair. And now can someone please read what Mark had to say about it? Then one of those standing near drew his sword and cut off the servant's hair. And Luke, and one of them struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his right ear. Now why don't you read what you wrote, John? Let me see. Then Simon Peter, who had a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant, cutting off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Blessed be the reason of God's word. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Come on, John. Why you always gotta be name dropping me? It's the truth. Not my fault he likes to deny facts. John, you got one more denial joke in you left before I chop off your ear too. Bro, let's be for real. An ear, you know you were aiming for his neck and missed. Ooh, Peter, ignore my little brother. Don't let him rile you up like this. Remember who you are. You're Simon Peter, the Rock, Jesus' homeboy. You walked on water, man. You right. Yeah. For like 3 seconds before you started drowning. Oh, that is it. Jesus, Peter, get him out again. From the earth to the heavens,
She is fucking hilarious. I love watching her videos. Who is that? Free what? The elements. Hey, funny, I think it's hilarious. The more that they try to bury the truth, the more that they're finding more melanated people. There was melanated people in like Ireland. I was like, dude, the original Vikings. And somebody was like, no, we're not, no. It was like, But they over there and they got all the facts and all the paperwork. We went over it last night. I was like, damn, 2025 is hitting. It's hitting. Yeah, I've been seeing 555. I've been seeing 333, 111, 1212. Higher wisdom and knowledge. I've been seeing it all lately. It has definitely been hitting. Hair care companies in shock. Why? Because all y'all gotta do is keep selling that shea butter, boy. I'm gonna make this shit at home. All the hair care, all the oils and the butters and the oils and the herbs and the sweetness and the aloe vera. Matter of fact, that's what I want to go get me some aloe vera so I can add it to the mix. Or add it to the mix. I want to make me one with some camphor oil and what's the other one called? Citronella. Definitely got to get that citronella because I'm not gonna be getting bit. Well, summer's almost over, and I only got bit like a few times this year. Only got bit a few times. I just got bit a couple of days ago. First time in months, which is fucking awesome. It's always awesome. Ooh. I remember I was doing that rice water. That rice water hit too. And that apple cider vinegar. What the hell is this? Ooh. What? Oh shit. They gonna learn about putting their hands on people. No, why? Why are they doing that? Not the airport. What in the fuck is that? Bruh. I don't think I wanna look at that. It looked a mess. That man looks so damn hopeless. $30 million lawsuit. New York cop toss grandfathers. Oh, then tackle an old man. These motherfuckers have no shame. Do y'all really, for those who do that bullshit, do y'all really wonder why y'all get karma and generational curses? Do y'all really wonder why? Yeah, I'm gonna stay with my twist though. That's what I think. I'm gonna stay with my twist because I was doing the and it was just so much. I believe I was giving myself traction alopecia because it was just like I had to keep rebraiding and my hair growing so damn fast and keeping all that toes. Those things are cute though. I do want to use those though. They're soft in the soft curl stretch. Ew. Carolina Reaper. Oh, what the fuck he about to do? Funyuns and two green chili peppers, Carolina Reaper chili, a bag of Funyuns spicy chicken ramen. Flavored Funyuns. But he got a steel Pickled orange soda. Still, I think that's an alcoholic drink. That's disgusting. I was going to talk about that too. I was going to talk about when I used to drink. Oh, yeah. I used to tell people all the time, especially, I used to tell people this all the time. When I used to drink, I'd be like, because I knew I could only hang around certain people, right? Can't hang around nobody that's done fucked up shit to me. I couldn't. My other side would come out and take over. So I would warn people all the time, forewarning, don't do fucked up shit to me and be around me, yeah, as I'm intoxicated because my demon will come out and yeah, that shit ain't no joke. And that used to happen on some occasions. One, two, one, I know I remember for sure. I don't remember what happened. I was told what happened. But I would already purposefully not hang out with people that would piss me off or try to go into toxic environments of where I would be pissed off. If I knew people was doing fucked up shit to me, like you got fucked up intentions, don't do it. It's like your sixth sense, but it's your lower half of your sixth sense. If I can really explain this properly in the right way, it would be the lower side of your sixth sense. It's not funny. It's not funny because I'm glad I stopped drinking though. When I did used to drink, yeah, I'd be like, don't do fucked up shit to me and expect me to be okay. I won't be okay. And I believe that's how a lot of people get in trouble too, and how they get triggered and how they end up getting locked up intoxicated. See, I've never been locked up for being intoxicated, but yeah, like I said, I remember one incident in particular, and thank God it wasn't violent. Not that I can remember. I don't know what exactly I did, but it was just along the lines of probably talking hella shit. Talking hella shit. I know in times when I would get violent, it was because somebody put their hands on me. Usually not typically the type that will just smack somebody just because. Oh my God, they talking about it on this fucking, hold on. Trump to replace PBS with propaganda and it's with this fake ass, what the, almost in Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, Christopher Columbus. And the fucked up part about it is they're saying that okay, what they said was the people would have rather been enslaved than anything else, and it's like bullshit, nigga. Like y'all really fucking capping. Y'all really laid it on thick. These motherfuckers is the devil. The devil's fucking children. Come get your people, please. Please come get your people. I'm sick of these motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie. Sick of them. Earth is ghetto. I wanna leave. Earth. I thought I just felt something more. Earth is a ghetto. I wanna leave. I wanna leave. pussy. How they treat each other is how to pussy. Oh, it's ghetto, ghetto, ghetto. They say black people is ghetto. They fucking ghetto. They ghetto as fuck. See, us telling you I'm back. What's up? I'm back. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tapping in, like, share, subscribe, please, and thank you. Thank you for hitting the like button. Man, these people are ghetto as fuck. But they want to say because I'm melanated and I'm telling the truth, I'm an Egyptian. And then confirmation last night, dude was like, and then I said, that's why they put the border to cause a division and to justify the shit that they're doing now. And then this Christopher Columbus cartoon, they were happier enslaved. Who was happier enslaved? People usually stay enslaved because they don't feel or think or not given any other options. Just like a lot of the unhealed people right now, Jesus Christ, please help us. Help us help ourselves. They feel or are not given options forcefully, being falsely imprisoned. And like sadly, right now today, there's still people on plantations that don't know they can have freedom. And it's like it's scary to people that are saying, okay, well go out there and survive if you can, because what are they gonna do? They're probably gonna so many different scenarios. You get what? I said hi. Oh, you said, do I remember you? YT. How? I don't think I remember you particularly. Yeah, I do. Oh, y'all talking to each other. Okay, y'all talking to each other. But yeah, there's still people, enslaved. But it's like the situations. It's like somebody getting out of jail. They've been in jail for 5, 10 years. In that time, technology has enhanced. Things have changed. Laws have changed. Laws are constantly and continuously changing. Excuse me. So it's good that they, actually provide education in jails and prisons and stuff now, as opposed to not educating them, overall. And it's simply because Jesus. And that's simply because, first of all, how they use the Bible as a tool to enslave people and not really teach and upheld the proper ways and how the book is supposed to be used for every individual's personal healing and growth. First and foremost. So, and it's not just to have a beehive, a not so much particular beehive. Well, beehive is a great example of that, but have a hive mentality for every individual to be able to think and speak and be them. It's like on here, I don't care. Like, I don't care what you believe in. I'm not forcing nothing on you. These are just my personal beliefs from my channel. You don't have to believe shit I say. but I'm just here to give guidance and, help people connect the dots for those who want to connect the dots. Even say now, I give some, it doesn't make sense right now, but later on in the future, you may come across something else that, is presented to you, and then you'll remember what I said to you makes sense now, 5, 10 years later. But for somebody to get out of prison, say somebody don't know how to read, right? Because not everybody knows how to read, and they are thrusted into a system that has been on the upgrade for the past 5 to 10 years that they've been in prison. Hello. Okay, I'll see you later. Be great. Thank you for stopping by. It says, remember when I said, do you live in Brazil? Oh, I don't remember that exactly. Dude, there's been so much going on. And I particularly do usually remember conversations, but I don't remember your name, nor your picture for your YouTube at this moment. But particularly for that, for somebody to get out that doesn't know how to read, been in jail or prison for past 5 to 10 years, to get out, that can be very scary for them. And then not knowing where to go to have resources, gain resources, and depend upon the state, city, country that they stay in, gives them the different variation of the internal survival skills of what they need. And if they're based off of, let's say, drugs, selling drugs, if it's based off of selling drugs and that's all they know how to do, for them to go back to, what's it called? Like, I think a pusher man or something. I don't know. Shit, something like that, maybe. They're dope dealer, dope guy, whatever. That's their first go back to, something they feel like they should do. Then they do that in order and ways it means to survive. Now, let's say that there were more programs for people that did not know how to read, right? Because that's one of my flaws. I don't know how to read affluently, I'll say, to where it sticks. But if it's given to me auditory, it'll stick. I'll remember it. I'll absorb it. I'll know what it is like the back of my hand. Say if they come out with more programs like that, then that person will have more of a 50% chance of doing what they know, is like having a hustle, using that to gain more of an education in a field in which they can make, their own employment or gain better employment off of. That can be a definite and definite dynamic, but like I said, with many other things as far as offerings of healing as well, a proper healing. Let me take that back, because they offer counseling, but counseling is like very skim, very surface level healing. It's not deep healing on a soul level. First of all, people need to be educated on how to do more than surface level healing. It's actually healing on a soul level, and how to self-reflect. So you don't have to tell so much of your business to a stranger that does not, for one, have the experience in order to help you guide yourself. I'm not saying that counseling tactics like grounding and refocusing, like reading to calm you down, like if you have anger management or if you're upset about something, or taking deep breaths, things like that, or taking a walk that, releases natural endorphins in the brain. That's a happy chemical. These things are very good, or yoga, or something that you like to do that's constructive instead of destructive. That is very, an accurate thing to do. See if that's made ready and available, true proper healing to every person. And see, here's the thing too: with melanated people, we have the natural innate ability to guide people through healing, especially when we have done the healing work on ourselves and we continue to. We know how to guide people through their own healing process. You just have to be able to do the work and then continuously do the work. And every said person is set for them, right? Because everybody is different. But the thing about that is, they say, oh, well, you need licensing, you need this, you need that. And it's another way of not only propaganda, because I heard propaganda, but it's another way of control and capitalizing and monetarization of people that struggle in the field of books. The best way of helping people heal is the actual experience. And that's another fucking thing. When you think about slavery, right, you have to think about this. The people that have actually been through slavery have the experience in how to get out of. So if a certain race of people have never been through slavery, how do they guide a people that they don't know how to guide? All they can do is be providers, right? They should be providers and not controllers. Limitations, safe and healthy boundaries, of course, is one of the necessary things, some of the necessary things in order to have a healthy type relationship, in order to do these things, right? But I mean, this is obvious and this is a given. They weren't enslaved, they had boundaries. So after Caucasians were created, they were given boundaries. We did teach them our ways, and then they used that to take over and enslave the people that were indigenous to the lands. So this is, God is just speaking right now. The good question is, for a race of people that have never been enslaved, how are you going to guide people that have been enslaved out of the entrapment that they've experienced? You're just going to tell them, hey, get over it. When you were the abuser, you were the attacker, you were by generations of these said people. When you don't have the experience of being enslaved from the slave masters, how can you guide those people out of enslavement? It's a cycle of insanity. It's just upgrades of different entrapments, of different enslavements, which really is going down, but this is how they perceive it to be. So this is another way of understanding that someone that was never enslaved cannot teach the proper healing of what was not done to them. And if they're made to project, oh, we'll get over it, oh, well, it's a you thing now, oh, well, we're out of that, and this is this year, and no, well, it still applies, simply because it's just a upgraded system of enslavement, and now it just it pertains to more races of people that were used along the enslavement trail that are now trying to revert back to that slave mind mentality of what we already just came out of. And it takes time of healing. So yet again, how can the person, the enslaver, guide the enslaved out of slavery when they don't have the experience of being in slavery? They only had boundaries from their creators. That's just factual. Wouldn't that be logical since people like to use logic so much? Yeah, pretty much. So that's crazy. Oh, I had 2 bumps on my face. Y'all can't really see it, but I feel it. I only felt this one. I didn't even know that one was right there. Man racist threats against black people to end the FBI raid. Huh? Oh. Interesting. Key point. Key point right here. Not by coincidence either. Man's racist threats. I was going straight into it. Okay. Man's racist threats against black people and FBI raid federal charges. Let's listen. What does he have to say? Because I just speaking of how can the enslaver guide? It's like the sheep herder, right? Let's say we are the fucking sheep. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we are the sheep. How are we to learn of unracism in this world that are clearly racist? Where's the healing? Where's the learning out of that? There is still not counseling for racist bullshit. Just keep note.
The FBI is here. They said they have you. Police! I'm on org! Put it up. Oh, Mass. I have an interesting saga here. So a Georgia man who threatened black people online. He went online, threatened black people, claimed to be an official spokesperson for the white race. Now those seem to me like serious credentials, sir.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Sounds like to me you are in charge of a gang. You must be gang affiliated. And you have now made a terroristic threat against a particular demographic of individuals in the state of Georgia.
Terrorist threat.
You see, the Crips and the Bloods, they can't do that without being raided by a member or members, law enforcement, a member agency of the federal government, or even local police. Put it back up.
Good point.
So he said he was an official spokesperson for white people. Okay? Now, Christopher Robertson,
interesting.
who goes by the name James Lomack, is now facing federal charges after he allegedly posted racist threats against black people, also Jewish people. He was arrested by FBI agents at his home on August 1st after a standoff. Now, authorities found a series of racially threatening posts. Robertson, holding a black pistol loaded with a magazine, while speaking about, quote, cultural genocide of the white race. Video's caption read, quote, "I will not tolerate cultural genocide." Get that understood. I will fight for it. I will die for it. I will kill for it. Jordan, can you get the video back ready for me again? I want to see something. Okay, we're going to play that video again now that you had a context of what he made proclamation to do. Here's what actually happened. Here it is. The FBI is here. They said they have no. Holy God, my Lord! Oh, my Lord!
Wait. I'm only laughing because I've said this before. We've said this before with multiple people. I've heard it. You think you a gangster until some gangster shit happens.
Sir, you said, and I quote, "I will not tolerate cultural genocide." Get that understood. I will fight for it. I will die for it. I will kill for it. End quote. In a video he posted on August 1st, he threatened to murder.
So this is why I'm confused. He will not tolerate cultural genocide. So that means that sentence in itself, I will not tolerate cultural genocide, meaning the genocide of cultural difference, not cultural differences, but cultures. But by his definition, this threat ensued. His definition.
Black people who, quote, lash out openly white man, stating, quote, "We will kill the ish out of you guys. We will effing murder you." End quote. Federal agents were first notified about Mr. Robertson's activities after being contacted by the Secure Community Network, a national organization focused on protecting Jewish community. This was after Robertson paid a visit to the Jewish Federation of Greater Atlanta. This was on July 30th. And he told the security staff at the Jewish Federation of Greater Atlanta that he was, quote, the official spokesperson for the white race and wanted to speak to a high-ranking Jewish official. Well, sir, seems like you got your wish.
Damn.
After he left, he went to a Jewish synagogue in Midtown Atlanta and began ranting about the decline of the white race while making derogatory remarks about Jewish people. Now, he also went to a Jewish Shabbat building, which serves as a community center for education, social, religious activities, where he said he wanted to, quote, chop it up with a rabbi, end quote. He recorded his encounter with several staff members while calling himself the, once again, quote, official delegate of the white race, and posted the video to Facebook. He also told Rabbi that Jewish people were on, quote, verge of extermination. So the rabbi called 911.
Damn.
That is a veiled threat. Person has now showed up to the premise.
Hold on.
Verge of extermination. So the rabbi called 911.
Verge of extermination.
That is a veiled threat. Person has now showed up to the premise. He has made a threat. Robertson barricaded himself. But the 911 in his home after this, but the 911 call while themselves in the office, one of Robertson's YouTube posts also showed him singing F the Jews, F you if you're Jewish, one shot, two shot, leave you in the sewage was his proclamation. On the day of his arrest, Robertson barricaded himself inside of his home for hours when FBI agents arrived to custody. Eventually, he did, in fact, surrender. It is amazing, isn't it? All of these threats, all of this on the record public display of terroristic threats against various institutions.
Mm.
He said that he would die for this. He would kill for them. He was still apprehended. I'm not saying he should have been shot. My point is, there are a lot of people who never said anything like that, nor were they armed. I mean, they were shot and killed. They never would have engaged in such conflict as this man said he was ready to do. My point is, there are some black folk who should be alive, not making any proclamation that this man should be dead. Now, to it. So Robertson's brother defended him on Facebook. Quote, "These are not charges that are going to stick. This is not right. He has been voicing his opinion on social media and his freedom of speech. He never threatened," the Facebook post read. United States Attorney Theodore S. Hertzberg of Georgia's Northern District issued a statement. Quote, "The allegations against Robertson, which include menacing visits to Jewish facilities and vile online threats against Jews and blacks, are of great concern. Quote, protecting the community from hate-fueled violence is a foundational part of the Department of Justice's mission. We will aggressively prosecute criminals who abuse the internet to terrorize and intimidate others."
Yeah, that's domestic
now,
terrorism.
Let's parse the law. What laws did he violate? Well, he made veiled threats. And typically, when you make a threat, that threat has to be specific. You have to have the means to carry out said threat. Once he started to show up at various places, multiple threats, not only online, but also on premise, well, you have a great recipe now for terroristic threats and also an arrestable offense pending further investigation. In addition to that, it is quite known that your freedom of speech comes with responsibility. You do not have unlimited freedom of speech. You cannot yell fire in a crowded building. Folk get hurt. There is no fire. You can be held liable. Period. Your freedom of speech has responsibility. You cannot tell someone, "I am going to hurt you or kill you." That is a terroristic threat.
That is exactly what we have to be responsible and accountable for. Using technology, using technology, and what does it say? I forgot what Bella say, but she said using gadgets with wisdom using gadgets and technology with wisdom. Yeah, we have to regularly. Trust me, I feel like I don't know. I'll be feeling like sometimes, like, I don't know, some of this stuff sounds, but it's actually real from other energetic fields that are around us. Channeling that.
Freedom of speech has responsibility. So this individual is now claiming that he's a representative of the white race. By the post that I've seen in the comment section, doesn't seem as if anybody remembers from the white race that particular vote. He is, in fact, leader of the white race, thankfully. And naturally, this will continue to evolve, so we will follow it. Yasmin, talk about, listen, if they did nothing, this guy ends up doing something, because it seemed as if he was pushing the boundary to do something physically against somebody, and he said he would, right?
Yeah.
They did nothing. He ends up doing something against members of the community. I will be right here saying they should have done something. And now they have done something, so I'm saying I'm glad you did. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's
it's true. This is a rare occurrence when we actually see that something was done before something bad actually happened, right? I always talk about how a lot of law enforcement in this country is reactive rather than preventative, and not saying necessarily that they need to be more preventative, because I feel like that could create all kinds of other problems. But in this case, you know, there were threats that he was actively making. He was going to different communities and threatening them in person. So yeah, this was a very clear thing. Like, this man cannot be someone that is, you know, is allowed to threaten his community in this way. And also, like, I have to ask white people, like, is this who you want speaking for them? Did you guys vote on this? Do you have like a meeting and you said, this is the guy that we want representing us? Let alone, like, I can't imagine that white people want to be associated with this.
Interesting. Very, very fucking interesting. Well, I would say at this point, dump truck definitely has probable cause and is in the lineup of such an arrest with him taking these different actions. Well, that's already been asked. The question has already been asked: how to dismantle a corrupt government system. It's the healing process. It's the standing together. It's the unity. It's the exposure of these lies and what needs to be healed and what needs to be told the truth about. You know, this is how we ultimately can start breaking down these systems, is by exposure, by peaceful protest, by, you know, expressing ourselves and not really going and harming people, because that is definitely unnecessary. That only creates more generational curses, you know, and, you know, leave that up to God and God's business, because, you know, some things will happen with that we don't want to happen, you know, unfortunately in some events that people get hurt. But I can definitely see and grateful. Oh, I got a little emotional right there. And grateful that, you know, they are actually taking action on people that are making these threats and, you know, taking further steps to actually cause harm to other people, and, you know, not letting that be a normalized thing. Now, if they could do that to these other people in power, that would be fucking awesome. Not just, you know, these other potential, more than potential people that will cause harm or promote harm or, you know, get to that volatile point. But also, you know, take action on people that are actually wanting violence to occur and or continue to go on. It's a good thing. And like he said, like, shit, enough said, perfectly said. We're happy that that action was taken, because, you know, even though they are Jewish, they don't deserve to get hurt like that. It's not a fair way of dealing with his actions, feelings, or emotions. You know, there's better ways of communication that you can definitely resolve a grievance. Or, you know, come to the understanding of your ass is in the wrong and you need to calm down and take a chill pill. You know, and 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what it is. They need to sit their ass down and take a fucking chill pill. Don't be so damn ridiculous. Damn. Still got his hands all over the damn just that quick. It was just clean. Or is that an evil thought? It was not okay. It's okay, but not to take action on that shit. That's the difference. That is the actual difference. Fucking A, bro. Ah, people are ridiculous. I'm like, what? What the fuck was that? What's that motion? Oh, y'all, I'm doing something at the moment. I haven't drawn myself in a long time. I think I should draw myself now. The peacefulness that comes with the joy of healing and forgiveness. It's amazing. You know what I mean? I mean, what I can say is for those who serve retribution and justice is that it eventually pays off. And that is a big win and a wake-up call as to, you know, those who will or had planned on taking further threats. And unfortunately, like unlikely, some of them now won't be so expressive. They'll just take the action. But, you know, then again, then further actions will be taken by the FBI agents and CIA and people like that. So in those governmental systems, you know, hopefully we'll do so in better strides and more positive strides for prevention measures, you know, to promote more healing and growth in our communities, because that's the best thing to do and the best way to go about it. Thank God, you know. That's a good one. So, oh, we gotta win. We gotta win. We gotta win. We gotta win. And I think, damn, did he say? I think he said the man got shot. You know, at least he didn't die. You know, if he did get shot, I don't know why they were shooting me. He was unarmed or anything. But we know how they like to come in hot and bothered. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, dude, that's your fucking job, to come in hot and bothered, but to be hot and bothered enough to unalive somebody or just to shoot somebody just because it's utterly crazy and fucking ridiculous. On any part is how I feel. That shit is wild. But you know, this is irresponsible. This is ill-begotten right here. What the fuck is really going on? Yeah, because we about to bust some shit down right now. But Oh, damn. That should have knocked this shit out. Y'all, I'm gonna sit up here playing this game. Dun, 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 dun. Bullshit. But anyways, I love to love, and I'm so happy with that result, though. I'm really happy with the positive, and I hope that there are better strides and greater strides in keeping the peace that way, instead of unalivings or promoting more hate and disgruntledness in our communities. And they can do it just because they are Jews. Now, these damn truckers, I don't think we talked about these damn truckers, but I think I might have. But I.
Phone? Nah, this is my mic check.
But these truckers that be on this bullshit and threatening, and then like, dude, it's sad when your own people don't understand, don't get, and how they I had truckers purposefully put my life in danger just simply because I called them out on the rules that I was told to call them out on. So this trucker was listening.
No lows, declining.
CBD dump site down there in Clyde, North Carolina. Count y'all. This
driver simply doing his job to provoke them before the camera started, as if that justifies what happened. For some people, there's always an excuse for hate, disrespect, and outright cruelty. But ask yourself, what if this was your brother, your uncle, your cousin, just showing up to work, sir, trying to stay asking what truth?
count y'all, motherfucking 40 back on this shit. Clyde, North Carolina, y'all gonna pay for this motherfucking one right here. Y'all gonna pay for this one right here. That brother shouldn't have never.
TBD dump site in Clyde, North Carolina. Them truckers had that fucked up type of mentality and attitude, and they will fucking use their fucking trucks and the tools on their trucks to destroy people's shit and or tactics and ways to have people hurt to unalived. And if they try to get away with it just to fly on their own behalf, they will. Without a doubt about it. I've experienced it. I've experienced that personally myself. And it's really quite sad that these things go on and still are going on. And it's really quite sad that some of our own people allow this shit to go on, and to the point where it can become detrimental and deadly.
Clyde, North Carolina. Count y'all motherfucking days. Y'all gonna get handled down there at TBD dump site. Oh my God, I'm so glad. And y'all asking, why you kept saying yes, sir? Why you kept saying yes, sir? Bitch, we already know what them motherfuckers want us to motherfucking say. And they only did that motherfucking shit because they knew he was out motherfucking them. These motherfucking men had guns and everything. They flipped this man truck over and everything. Oh yeah, something happened. Yeah, congratulations. Because y'all just made news that y'all didn't want to motherfucking make, bitch.
All black truck drivers, no lows to North Carolina. No lows, declining. Declining. And the ones that live in North Carolina, I know you got to do what you got to do. No lows to North Carolina. Look up all sundown towns, no lows to them. If you just look at your paperwork and Sundown Town may help out. They got one out right now.
That's the damn
No
shame.
nose to it. We're going to show them you can't eat without truckers. You're going to need only your kind for this trucking. Since y'all want to play these games, and we out here feeding y'all, we the ones that make this thing go around. Truckers.
Stick with your own folk.
It don't matter what color, this shit never happen.
Yeah,
What is really going on in Clyde?
Because you know what?
Seriously, so I just watched the TBD dump site, and I watched the interaction between those Caucasian men and yet a black man. Now, I seen the African American man saying, yes, sir, yes, sir. And I seen the Caucasian man say,
I want them to actually play the video footage.
Case in point, I was down in Texas. The man that was supposed to be unloading my truck was talking very disrespectful to me. I don't know if he didn't like women drivers. I don't know if he didn't like black women drivers. I don't know what the case was. I don't know. I didn't care. I called my company and I let them know that man has one more time to say something negative to me and I'm leaving. I don't care if he's half done, all the way done. I didn't care. And my company's like, well, all right, Michelle, calm down. Because they already know I go for 100. But what I'm not going to do is allow someone to make me feel less than. Especially when I got your stuff on my trailer. Okay? I will leave. You don't have to put up with it. And if your company is demanding that you stay there, you don't need to work for that company.
Exactly. They don't care
1 plus 1 is 2.
about your respect for you.
Doesn't change.
So there was a truck driver, and he's a black man. He arrived about 45 minutes early to drop off his load at Two Banks Development LLC, also known as TBD Dump. And from the looks of the video, it looks like they basically dump mulch and other things, and that's what he had on his truck to unload. He gets there early, and basically an employee tells him he's in the wrong place at the wrong time and to go down the street. He gets down the street. Eventually, the owner's son gets there and tells him he has to get back in line. They have words. Eventually, it leads to the employee.
Okay, we know all that. I want to see the video. Okay, this cannot be the one.
When they thought America was great. Now we are starting to see in real time when they thought America was great. This is what I mean. Two Banks Development.
When they fucking did what they did, like, bro. It's saying this is the one, but I don't think this is the one I watched, though. Because the one I watched actually showed the video. Let's see. Hold up. Where are we at? I think I just saved the first one that I came across. Is the reason why this video is showing. I wonder if they're going to actually show the video of what happened, so that will actually help understand this whole situation right here. Because the man was bullied and he was fucking harassed very badly. Threatened with guns. They were hitting his truck with guns. I swear I be scratching my scalp when I wash my head, but I don't know. What the hell? They still ain't showing the video. Let's see.
This is definitely a trigger warning. If y'all gonna go look at the video and go check it out. But listen, if he was not recording that video, they would have tried to unalive this man. They would have definitely tried to unalive this man. And it was like 3 construction jobs. I think it's TBD construction, man. Count y'all days, man.
Because even the sheriff that was there was threatening the man too. So he had no backup whatsoever. He ran to another lady trucker's truck in order to seek safety.
Child days, man. I hope. What's up, y'all? So, as truckers and ship counter shit like that on the regular, bro. You can watch that video. I'm not gonna explain the video on here because it's so upsetting. He is the sheriff now.
He's the sheriff? Oh, wait.
Of Clyde County. Now this guy, and these Klansmen wanted to kill their brother. This guy specifically says that he is the sheriff of Clyde County. Now this guy and this guy look nothing alike. This is Sheriff Bill Wilk.
Oh, he's nice.
Of Clyde County.
He's Captain.
Now, where I'm from, if you impersonate
yeah, I was gonna say
law official, you can go to jail for impersonating an officer. And this guy literally said that he was the sheriff of that county. Sure wasn't acting like one. So Sheriff Bill Wilk, something needs to happen. Something needs to happen swiftly because we're getting tired. But I wouldn't put it past this guy that if he didn't do anything, because to be honest, you should never judge a book by its cover, but he looks like one of them. Now the Rice brother did come out with a statement on Facebook, and it reads, "We are aware of a video circulating online that shows individuals engaging in behavior many have rightfully called out as racist and unacceptable. We want to be absolutely clear. The individuals depicted in the video do not work for Rice Brother Construction, and the location shown is not a Rice Brother job site." It goes on to say that, however, we have confirmed that one of our employees was present during the incident. He was not there in a Rice Brother capacity, but was acting as a sheriff's deputy while still on our clock. That situation is being thoroughly reviewed and will be addressed internally. Rice Brothers Construction holds its employees to high standards of professionalism, integrity, and respect on and off the job. We do not tolerate discrimination or hate in any form. So even Rice Brother came out with a statement saying that one of their employees was acting as the sheriff. So automatically, this guy right here needs to go to jail. This guy right here, Klansman. This guy right here, Klansman. Stop doing business with him.
Baby, North Carolina is a different type of racist. Have y'all seen what was going on in Clyde at the dump site? Baby, I was driving trucks and I was in North Carolina. I was at the pilot. I was at...
Now I wonder is that the same part of North Carolina or South Carolina? No, it says North Carolina that flooded. I wonder. Y'all gotta watch the weather and y'all gotta be aware of who you are surrounded by and what you close to, because get the fuck away from them people.
On the phone, minding my own business, talking in the store, and somebody told me to shut up because I was talking too loud. Baby, and at that time, I wasn't all the way healed like I am now, and I'm in the store going back and forth with this man. You know what I'm saying? And just the way he tried to handle me like he was my damn daddy. Like, who the fuck you think you talking to? Baby, they got a different kind of nerves out there in North Carolina. So, baby, I hope y'all go look up and see what happened. And I don't know what I can do all the way down here in Texas, but I know something gotta change, because the way they races up there in North Carolina, baby, I'm surprised they ain't got no secret place where they over there lynching us, because they out of control.
Don't put a pass there.
Hey, listen, it's just a topic that I wanted to touch up on for a couple days now. I'm finally getting a chance to.
I don't want to look at no truckers right now. That's enough for that.
In a world where you've constantly been told what you can't do,
Bill Gates situation. Damn, that's fucking crazy. That's a whole fucking mentality. And that just let me know for someone a melanated color to act like that towards their own people, and knowing that some people come from these backgrounds in these different cities and states and stuff, and how they treat their own people, that just let me know what type of time they be on. Honestly. And I was upset. Lightly. Very lightly. That was very good. Because I just greased my scalp, so my scalp quite literally. It ain't dry, but it's definitely, oh my God, it feels so good. But it's just sad. Like, and we are all fighting out of it, hopefully, rightfully so, out of our own slave mind mentality. It's sad to see, other melanated people like that just to get by, and how many people that step on, and disrespect purposefully with no purpose just to get recognized, just to get, you know what I mean? So, shit, melanated people got their own fucking shit they gotta heal too. Trust me, it's plenty of them, all different kinds of colors and shapes and sizes of this shit. Hell, I was just talking about how I was adopted, and I went through hell. Like, I don't understand. I really don't. And now I'm kind of coming to the understanding of it was truly how I was being treated. Like, I don't think it's just because I was a child and I was being disciplined. I'm taking it as motherfucker was really seeing me as a fucking slave and was gonna beat me into submission. Like, that was their purpose for me. And then for, one of my older sisters to stand up for me, that did stand up for me. For her no longer to be able to come around at a certain point in my life was devastating to me. That was devastating to me because it was like, that's when I had a reprieve. It's like when I was not getting, punished, and I had a protector around me. My grandmother, Miss Jackson, she really protected me too. Like, I missed her so much. When she was unable to not protect me no more, I missed her so much. Because I helped my mom at that time take care of her up until her passing. And, I had some protectors throughout my life, but when you go through that type of like ass whoopings, oh Jesus. It, you try not to fall short with your own children. You try not to do the same thing that was done to you. You try to, to break that generational curse. You want your children to be expressive respectfully, and to be, most of all, first and foremost, to be respected. So that was another one of my things, was respect my child, for who they are, and not for what you think they need to be respected for. It's like your expectation of respect is definitely not my expectation of respect for my children. So we just have to be aware of those type of things and breaking these generational curses of that slave line mentality. So many people go through it. And it always comes down to either the fathering, meaning who's the father of that child, and or the skin color of a child, or the smartness of a child. It's like so many different discriminations that we have to worry about in our own households. That's not even, you know, it should never be a competition of how to raise your child in. It should be accepting them for who they are individually. And we deal with that our whole lives growing up, and like, oh well, you know, how we just really respect our children and how we raise them, and boys and girls, and you know, there's so many different variables, and you know, in this whole aspect of divide and conquer, we're fighting this all on different levels and every fucking level. It can be overwhelming. It definitely can be overwhelming. So, it's like, how could you hurt a child like that? If when it comes to that point of being very discriminatory, if it comes to their race or their color, I mean their sex or their color, it's a whole thing. And you know, on the aspect that now interracial couples and or the parents of these now interracial couples are going to understand the struggle of slave mind mentality and racism. Um, it's kind of a blend that we're all going to get to share at some point in time. You're going to understand it either on a soul level, physical level, or even an intellectual level. We're all going to understand these different, I almost want to say, diasporas of healing that we all need to go through. And it's a shared thing. It's not just one, but the ones that have gone through it or have to go through it are going to be, you know, the breadwinners of this healing ritual and what needs to be taking place in order for, you know, the proper things of what needs to take place. Whew, thank God. When I just see different sparks of hope and change, it brings a definite reprieve to the ongoing things that are taking place. Wakanda, they said they spoke on this in Wakanda, and that's true. In the movie Wakanda, it does have the expressions of what we were. We were pretty much a hidden society. They depicted it as Africa. It's like everything was switched, everything was taught backwardsly, and we're finding out the different truths of what actually is going on. And then they took it to the borders of Mexico and, you know, finding out the true history of what happened and what's actually going on is helping us to understand these movies as a whole. And also in Avatar, the movie, the Avatar, where the people are green, blue, and red and stuff like that. It's just like the Avatar cartoon with the little boy in it, and how the elements, because we all are tribal, right? And that's pretty much what they're depicting are the different tribes of the indigenous lands and how they came about. And for us to be able to see this here now in live action in real life is an amazing thing. It's a eye-opening thing, and it's really helpful for us all to be starting to taking this journey and to be refreshing and relearning new things that we haven't explored before, and to all have this experience. It's amazing. So definitely looking forward to more healing and the aspects of what else we're going to obtain, and to be able to claim our land back in real time. Because what was the, how was it said? It was said that if you can prove it, then you can have it back. And we're at that point. And we're not going to war for it physically, but we definitely are letting it be known in this realm, in this world, that, hey, this does belong to us, and we just want our respects. We just, we want and deserve more than 4 acres and a mule from what was stolen, what was taken and enslaved, our people, us, ourselves. It just really explains how that is actually happening in real lifetime, and it's not a past tense thing. It is definitely a present thing that they keep perpetuating on a cycle of insanity. Excuse me.
From his foundation. And in my opinion, this opens up massive neo-colonial concerns regarding Bill Gates' philanthropy and actions on the continent of Africa. The devastating part about all of this is that it is happening with the consent of the leadership of Africa. And I just don't think enough people understand the impact of what Bill Gates and his foundation is doing to very real people, lives, communities, and ultimately the continent as a whole. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what this new angle of attack is. And I warn you now, if you are for the betterment of the continent, this is likely to absolutely enrage you. For those of you that don't know, my name is TJ. I'm Nigerian and British mixed. And on this channel, we talk about African geopolitics. For those of you that don't know, my name is
Okay, cool.
TJ. I'm Nigerian and British.
He's Nigerian and British mix.
Mixed, and on this channel we talk about African geopolitics.
Mom, what's that?
Foundation that has a bunch of goals to help the world, and it seeks to provide a bunch of solutions through philanthropy, investment, development, in order to help Africa improve and solve these really difficult problems. So on the surface, many people are duped by this. They think, wow, this is wonderful. This billionaire really has wonderful plans for the globe. He's caring about Africa. Isn't it wonderful? He's investing his money. But when you dig deeper and you see the outcomes, you start to realize that this is anything but a for the continent of Africa. So far, we've seen him involved in the agriculture sector through GMO crops, vaccinations of animals, and fertilizers, all of which create problems for the natural ecosystem of Africa and have a controlling element such that anyone that uses these products
these seeds, these fertilizers, becomes unnaturally and absolutely reliant on the manufacturers of these products, then the foundation has been involved in vaccinations. Now, I'm not here to say that all vaccinations are bad. I think there is much need for well-tested vaccines that have got long-term benefits that we have studied and documented over time. When someone from outside of Africa new vaccinations to the continent of Africa, along with great wealth, you have to question.
And then question, because if we find out just recently that they have messed up and lied about the timelines, that means they are definitely experimenting concurrently on everything that they're trying to say. Oh, well, we've done the studies and we've done the research on all of these different things, and it works when it doesn't. When it killed more than half the population that took the damn vaccine.
Is Africa a sort of testing guinea pig space to figure out that?
And as far as Africa being a guinea pig state, continent actually, for those type of things, absolutely. Yes, they are. I was actually just thinking that same thing when it comes to the big head scientists. Now, if you guys don't know about the big head scientists, look at my nose, Asian. The big head scientists, go look up the big head scientists and see what and how that is lining up with today's events and the exposure and what we're finding out about today's events and what's actually transpired over the past few hundred years in the takeover of the indigenous lands. Ow!
Vaccines on the population of Africa. And you have to question if there are any hidden agendas that are not in the best interest of the health and longevity of the African population. This is the current status quo. But now the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have stepped into the family planning industry. And I'm going to read you this article to explain this latest development. The world's first 8-year contraceptive to be introduced by Bill Gates Foundation in Kenya. In a significant advertisement for global reproductive health, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has announced the launch of a groundbreaking long-term contraceptive aimed at empowering women through better family planning options. The innovative contraceptive, which can prevent pregnancy for up to 8 years, is being introduced in Kenya, Nigeria, India, with broader distribution plans for other countries in the future. Anita Zaid?
More than triggering, actually, more than triggering. Why is there always somebody trying to commit illegal genocide on the woman's vagina and ovaries, in which they don't have? And already we know that long term, they haven't even told us, and they've been experimenting on us. Well, they put it in fine print, right? And for people that don't know how to read, or just do as your parents say and not as they do or whatever. My mom had put me on the shot, the Depo-Provera, not knowing that I already had a bone condition. Didn't care or understand the fact that bone condition would be worsened, because what does the Depo shot do? It eats away at the bone itself. It deteriorates the bone so much so to where you can actually have a lawsuit against those people that have taken the Depo-Provera shot. And it has long-term effects. And people still be getting pregnant off of it. But this, I think it's something else, or it doesn't even matter. A contraceptive let's talk about the numbers, right? Numbers. 8. What does the 8 represent? It represents infinite. It represents time travel. What have they been fighting for? They have been fighting for their own reproductive purposes. and trying to eradicate the very ones that they don't want to exist. That created them, actually, over there in Africa.
The president of the Gates Foundation Gender Equality Division shared details about the new hormonal intrauterine device, IUD, highlighting its design for affordability, accessibility, and ease of use. The hormone-releasing IUD represents a new era in contraception, providing a reversible and low-maintenance solution for women seeking long-term pregnancy prevention. The IUD works by releasing progestin, a synthetic hormone that thickens cervical mucus to block sperm and may also prevent ovulation altogether. Once inserted into the uterus, the device remains effective for up to 8 years, making it the longest-lasting hormonal IUD available.
Not only that, the body that will grow over that, the IUD, and the other potential harms of tumors and cysts and things like that on the ovarian system itself is a huge problem, potentially leading to people having to get their whole uteruses removed. Then you have no chance whatsoever to have birth. And we know now with herbal healing that you have more of a chance to become more fertilized once you change your diet. And, you know, hell, be responsible. Don't fuck. That's a damn... It's another thing I really wanted to fucking talk about was... I'm starting to get hell hot, y'all. Abstinence, self-control. Abstinence and self-control is a big thing. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I can't. I need a little fan, yo. I need to go ahead and get my plants too. This is big shit. But the point of self-control, of not so much not just having sex, but building a firm emotional bond. Going back to tribal, right? Because who taught us to really be obsessive and rape women was the Neanderthals, the people from the Caucasus Mountains. So when they took over, they ultimately got rid of all of our tribal means and it made them cultural and called it to be theirs. And the demonic possession and demonic control, honestly. The more that you self-control, self-sustainability, and all of those things, is the less godly you are, honestly. Let's be honest and let's be truthful. A real goddess, a real divine feminine, that's why a lot of us choose to just go ahead and be single, simply because it takes a lot. It takes a lot on her behalf. It takes a lot on the male's behalf, simply because he has not, more than likely 9 times out of 10, gained that self-control and that self-admiration and that self-love, not to be so humpy. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Women go through the same thing. We go through the same thing. But a lot of it, we learn that not only that, goddesses really have to be pure in order to get the right energies out, and to be a channel and a vessel for high vibrational energies for these messages that we all fucking need, bro. We all need these messages. And that's an important thing too. So to find a partner that is not only just loyal, but loyal in so many other different ways, that's rare to find for a high priestess of the light. Like, shit, we got to bring the right energies into this realm for real, because other than that, bringing a whole bunch of more baby demons into this fucking world is just goddamn crazy. And I believe that's why we will see a lot of these other people have children that are like, disabled and stuff like that, simply because of the wrong purposes in which they had these children. The wrong vibration, the wrong purpose, the wrong actions, unknowingly or knowingly to them at that time, the lack of maturity, the lack of healing, So, then God has to take a part in sitting that person down and making them heal. So I believe that's a way of God's plan in itself. So we will figure this out. And, as a whole in itself, that what it pretty much breaks down to.
Globally. The article goes on to start talking about empowering women through access and innovation. The initiative underscores the Gates Foundation's broader mission to create a world where every woman has the tools and support to make informed reproductive health choices by introducing affordable long-term and self-managed contraceptives. The foundation is helping to remove structural and financial barriers that often limit access to quality healthcare. As Kenya and other countries begin to implement,
they say this is quality healthcare. Y'all have to listen to their words. This is the detriment in which they are making sugar shit. They're making shit look sweet. This is sugar-coated shit simply because, affordable health care, red flag, accessibility to the less fortunate. The shit is ridiculous. It is a fucking absurd, and it is a fucking lie from the pits of hell. I've been getting a lot. I've been getting lies from the pits of hell.
These new family planning options,
Watch the wording.
Stand to benefit from gender reproductive autonomy, contributing to improved health outcomes, economic stability, and
the type of autonomy that will enslave you and whatever generational lineage, and ain't no telling what things, and with the nanotechnology that's using, and what control they will have over your body, and what aspect it will have your body attacking itself. What other diseases do they plan on exposing you to with this apparatus that you will be putting into your vessel? I can go on and on and on and on about this type of thing that is people's free will to do to their body in which what they want to do. But I will take with great heed and stride of the deceptiveness in which we are all uncovering and coming to understand that it is Trifling. It's just some trifling shit.
Gender equality across communities. Notice how everything about this IUD is put under the banner of saving, freedom, gender equality, all positive and wonderful sounding things.
Watch the wording. He said some of the other words that that didn't too much trigger me, but it did trigger me. Well, let's say this. He's saying it from a male perspective. I'm saying it from a female perspective. And he can only say from a male perspective from what he understands, but he understands as a whole that this is not a good thing. And I definitely understand as a whole from a female perspective. I'm pointing things out and he's pointing things out. So nobody is wrong, but I see his aspect from where he's seeing it. And just so you guys know, this is a balanced, equal give and take of an exposure of something that is not really good for anyone's reproductive system.
But the devil is in the detail. Where was this IUD tested? If it can last 8 years, was it tested for 8 years with over 1,000 people to show that there was no side effects? And it concerns me that an American is bringing this to Africa first. Why is he not testing it in his own place? God forbid that this would have any negative long-term effects. While it's being touted as some type of freedom for women, what will it do to females' hormones for 8 years that are having their natural cycles tampered with in this way? Now, if this was just an isolated situation and there was no deeper context, maybe I wouldn't have thought twice about someone trying to do philanthropy in Africa. Africa does need help in many areas, but unfortunately, Bill Gates has...
That's what I'm saying. They need help in so many ways. Not that way.
A terrible record of what he's been doing in Africa. And people still think he's doing wonderful things.
The German company Bayer bought US seed maker Monsanto for $63 billion in 2018. It inherited billions of dollars worth of lawsuits from farmers who claimed its weed killer Roundup had caused their cancer.
So the companies are merging that are directly known to cause the disease with a medical company that has a treatment for the disease.
The Bill and Melinda Gates...
What did I just say? What the fuck did I say? I said, what other ailments are they releasing into your body? Cancer?
Monsanto. They purchased 500,000 shares of Monsanto stock, which was valued at approximately $23.1 million. The foundation...
He is twice her
valued at
fucking
approximately
senior.
$23.1 million. The foundation aims to help Africa achieve its own green revolution.
So your grandmother, 86, in the village, cannot plant her cassava. So when we say they are literally criminalizing agriculture, that's what we mean. So like, if you do agriculture, the normal way we did it, it's actually a criminal offense.
This effort includes investing in genetically modified crops, such as GMO rice, to improve crop yields and resilience. Several patents. So whoever controls the seed owns it, and eventually that seed gets to us, they also control us.
You could have a case where the initial research is done by a Gates-funded institution. The media reporting on how well that research is conducted is a Gates-funded journalist from a media program, and then the program is implemented more widely by a Gates-funded NGO.
Not only does he have the power to roll out his agricultural programs, his vaccine programs, and now his reproductive programs, but he has the power to control the media that puts this stuff out, essentially creating his own positive propaganda so that the people back in the West will accept what he's doing as wonderful, and it will be swallowed and accepted by the African continent. And the troubling part is the length by which he goes to enforce this stuff. We're talking about a system that is linked to banking, the IMF, and the debts of African countries. For example, a country like Kenya, which for the last year plus have been experiencing riots due to the tax hikes justified by the debt packages that they have got themselves into with the IMF and the World Bank, are one of the biggest recipients of these Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now, the connection between the banks, the debts, and Bill and Melinda Gates is that whenever a country has debt restructuring, which is a big part of why all of these riots were sparked in the first place. Kenya couldn't meet its debt obligations. The IMF and the World Bank negotiate restructuring with companies like Monsanto Bayer. When those deals are negotiated, they say, okay, part of your restructuring deal is that you now must play ball with Bayer Monsanto. You must sell your products to them. You must use their seeds. You must use their GMO products. You must implement laws. And indeed, we've seen laws in Kenya regarding the compulsory use of some of these agricultural practices. Never mind the historical, cultural, deep and rich history of agriculture that Africa has. No, we're going to do away with that and bring in this dependent system. The GMO seeds that are now becoming mandatory in a place like Kenya only produce once. They are infertile, whereas the historical seeds, the natural seeds that have made Africa's ecosystem what it is today, they can be used and produce a plant and a fruit, and then those seeds can be used again and again, creating a sustainable cycle that can be used over and over again without the farmer having to buy seeds every single time. Not to mention things like injecting animals with...
So this is fucking crazy. So they're actively, from what it seems right now at this moment, actively exercising this in Africa. And this is where it seems to be starting. The GMO seeds. So what the fuck are they really trying to have us fight for? Like, they're trying to have us fight for GMO plants from overseas? Boy, I'm confused. Why they have it here in America behind a fucking 20-foot, 200-foot fucking cement wall? While they're holding all the seeds of the seed of every plant behind a fucking cement wall and bricks of gold. And they're starting the GMO overseas, and they full of shit.
Vaccine, and those things that are injected in the animal passes over to the humans. So tell me, why should we trust this IUD reproductive thing? Something that is going to be injected into the daughters of Africa. Something that is going to mess with their hormones for 8 years. Something that I've yet to see any long-term safety studies about. And something that is being rolled out in the African community first. Not in Europe, not in America, where Bill and Melinda Gates are from, but in the continent of Africa. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is somewhat conspiratorial. When you're dealing with reproduction, you're dealing with potentially taking action to control populations, to control the way communities in countries reproduce. You see, Africa is on a demographic boom right now. The population of Africa is going to be 25%.
They're talking about IUDs, which is that T-looking thing. Oh my God, here we go with the T again. Just like fucking Tesla, huh? I think I did the equation on the number T already, but I'm about to do it again because they are teeing me off. But it's a T that looks like this that goes into the ovaries. It goes like this, and then when it goes in there, and it's supposed to sit like that to block the sperm or whatever, and it comes out of the y'all gonna look this shit up. I can't remember where the guy, he hits the point of where the sperm goes in through the hole and, you know, fertilizes the egg. Hello. So they already have that shit here, and they have one that they cut into your arm, and it stays in there for years. They already fucking done that over here. And if you're in a potential abusive relationship, they tell you not to get it. They definitely don't recommend it if you're in an abusive relationship. Hello, hi from Pakistan. I know you were here before. Ooh, so these
Of
people
the
are
globe
crazy.
if we continue at these levels by 2050. It is the only continent where populations are still rising. Might say that those in the West that have shown the history of wanting to control the continent of Africa may have an agenda to curb this type of growth. That's just surface level speculation. Of course, I don't know if that's definitely the case, but it's suspect to me, particularly based off what we've seen already from Bill and Melinda Gates.
As Gates revealed to Bill Moyers in 2003, those causes included the population issue, which sparked a lifelong interest in reproductive health.
The issue that really grabbed me as urgent were issues related to population, reproductive health.
But did you come to reproductive issues as an intellectual?
When I was growing up, my parents were always involved in various volunteer things. My dad was head of Planned Parenthood, and it was very controversial.
You don't say.
With that.
Gates tips his hand when he equates issues related to population.
You don't fucking say.
As an intellectual?
When I was growing up, my parents were always involved in various volunteer things. My dad was head of Planned Parenthood, and
his dad was head of Planned Parenthood. Child sacrificing. These fucking corporations that are perverted, targeting children and unsuspected and unknowing people that are going against their own free fucking will. Not only that, committing fucking hella sin and committing child sacrifice, which is also witchcraft, dark witchcraft. This is definitely not self-healing. This is why self-control is so important. Self-control, 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 self-love, self-affirmation. There's no fucking excuse. They're in charge of actual genocide, but they legalized it because you have to do this shit upon your own free will. His parents, his dad was head of Planned Parenthood. How long has Planned Parenthood been amongst the racists? Where did it start? Where was it funded? How the hell can he even say that wasn't even started in America? It started here first. Trust me, it did.
it was very controversial.
They're just trying to work on y'all now because they got y'all to participate in
Gates
some of
tips
shit.
his hand when he equates issues related to population
And the
with
enslavement
reproductive
of
health.
the Native Americans.
The topic is particularly controversial because population control and reproductive health have been used for half a century as a euphemism for eugenics, the discredited pseudoscience that holds that certain families are fit to be leaders of society by virtue of their superior genes. As transparent as it seems to us today that this ideology was a self-serving self-justification for the ruling class, it was quickly taken up as the great social crusade of the early 20th century.
20th century.
From Teddy Roosevelt to H.G. Wells to Julian Huxley to Winston Churchill, there was widespread support for the eugenicist notion that society must strive to make sure that the rich and well-born breed as much as possible, and the poor, infirm, and feeble-minded be prevented from having children. Now,
is that not what Elon Musk is saying and Trump is supporting? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm just saying, like, dude. They talking about, oh, they're genociding Caucasians in Africa. No, the fuck they're not.
the quest to reduce the size of the poor population, is population control and reproductive health. As Gates Sr. suggests, it is by working with like-minded partners that such...
Yet I say again, can the enslavers... What resources are they giving? Can the enslavers guide the so-called sheep out of enslavement? No, they're sending them into more enslavement. Why not provide equal give and take when it comes to societal norms, housing, food, so-called education? No, leave us. Hold on. They don't want me to say this, they can kiss my ass. So-called education, all of these other different things that, they suppress the masses with, and they actually do. Just for our families to be like, well, you didn't try hard enough, you didn't do this enough, you didn't do that. Well, you just chose that life. The fuck? Get the fuck out of here. And that's a whole nother slave mind mentality from our own families that we have to deal with in this poor society of the lack of piss poor mentality. They've done that right. They have definitely taught our generational lineages before us piss poor mentality and just saying, oh, well, you just lack thereof because you want to lack thereof. But where are the other proper resources? But this is what they offer, is a self-genociding society.
Great achievements in the field of global health can be made. For the Gates, these like-minded partners include the Rockefellers themselves.
God damn it.
Bill Gates Sr. got to discuss global health, agriculture, and environment with the likes of David Rockefeller Sr. and David Rockefeller.
Here we go with these motherfucking Rockefellers. The fell rockers. Rockabye baby your ass in the sleep. These motherfuckers are in every fucking thing fucking possible. They are in fucking genocide. They are in massage therapy. They are on a soul level. These motherfuckers are sacrificing. They are witchcrafting their ass off. It's some generational curses. They're in the banking. They're in the fucking child abortion. These motherfuckers, they're everywhere. Doomed, I say. Doomed. That generational lineage is fucking doomed. Anybody that follows after these motherfuckers are doomed. You are definitely participating in fucking low vibrational entities, energies, and thank God for those who are making it right, for people that are trying to make it right and do the right thing and striving for themselves and others in the right way. Thank God for y'all, because I know they're out there, they're in those businesses and corporations. I know that for sure. Not everybody is truly disheartening of the evils. These motherfuckers, they wonder why? Do they wonder why the karma comes? Do they wonder why? The Rockefellers. One of them just died this year. In fact. Or was unalive. Or they knew this shit was hitting the fan and they just had a heart attack and died of their own natural causes.
Jr. at a meeting on philanthropy in a global century at Rockefeller University campus in 2000. And Bill Gates, as we have seen, co-hosted a meeting on reducing the population with David Rockefeller in 2009. But the most salacious hints of a deeper agenda are not to be found in the Gates' public associations. but in the associations that they have tried to hide from the public.
These motherfuckers look alike.
Jeffrey Epstein may be dead, but this story isn't. A shocking new report from the New York Times sheds light on the connection between Microsoft founder Bill Gates and the late Jeffrey Epstein. After Gates is...
And the late Jeffrey Epstein. I wonder... Y'all better be having y'all thinking caps on, questioning caps on, writing this shit down, taking the picture. I don't give a fuck. This shit is getting exposed. No wonder why Trump don't want that shit to be out. Look at this shit. But he's out like, oh, they genocide and everybody find that's a motherfucking lie. From the pits of hell. You like it, how you like it, kept it compost.
Name came up in connection with Epstein and MIT Media Lab. Gates gave a statement to the Wall Street Journal where he sheds light on the connection between Microsoft founder Bill Gates and the late Jeffrey Epstein. After Gates' name came up in connection with Epstein and MIT Media Lab, Gates gave a statement to the Wall Street Journal where he insisted he did not have any business relationship or friendship with Epstein.
But hold on, there's more. But he swear he ain't got no connection. How many times are we gonna hear this shit? Well, we know that all the nasty, perverted, child molesting, motherfucking murderous ass motherfuckers, what they been doing? This is fucking insane.
But new reporting from the New York Times outlines numerous meetings between Gates and Epstein and a conversation with Bill and Melinda Gates' foundation, a connection between their foundation and JP Morgan to set up a charitable fund that would financially benefit Epstein. Between Gates and Epstein and a conversation with Bill and Melinda Gates' foundation, a connection between their foundation and JP Morgan to set up a charitable fund that would financially benefit Epstein.
Now, let me tell y'all. This was coming up. They don't want me to say this shit. Fuck y'all. In the beginning of me watching tarot and figuring this shit out to save my life, right? To save my life, to try to help us out, save the life of others. And you know what I'm saying? Do what God told me to do. A lot of this shit was coming up in the energy of no more charitable donation to wash your hands clean. What does that mean? You can no longer donate money, wash dirty money by donating, can use this as a tax write-off. They going to hell. They is falling off to the pits of hell, to the pits of the abyss, to the fucking, what do they call that? Purgatory. This is why they don't want this shit to be exposed, because they're going to all be exposed for this shit. This is a organized fucking crime on a national level. Oh, shit. I said, fuck them all, fuck them. Shit, the fuck you mean, bitch? You going off after my children? Bitch, you lost your fucking forever loving mind, forever non-loving mind at that. You got me fucked up on so many levels. Like I said, you motherfuckers is gonna stop fucking with children. Y'all gonna stop. Y'all gonna stop one way or another fucking other. I don't give a fuck. I ain't fucking scared, bitch. God said, You motherfucking gotta pay. Pay how you motherfucking weigh. Y'all ain't gonna have to worry about it. Cause how people feel about pedophiles, y'all ain't gonna have to worry about it. That long money ain't gonna stay long for long.
You know what I want to know? Why? Sources say several accusers have come forward in a connection between their foundation and JP Morgan to set up a charitable fund that would financially benefit Epstein. You know what I want to know? Why? Sources say several accusers have come forward in New Mexico, where Epstein owns a sprawling ranch. According to a new report published in the New York Times, Epstein wanted to... Sources say several accusers have come forward in New Mexico, where Epstein owns a sprawling ranch. According to a new report...
Why are they trying to attack Mexico? Why are they trying to attack Mexico? Why they want to build a great wall? Because they've been fucking trafficking them fucking children. And they got certain ties in certain places. And made agreements that they ass and cash a check they ass can cash. That's why. That's why we will build a great wall, looking ass nigga.
Published in the New York Times, Epstein wanted to use the ranch for controlled breeding, using his DNA to improve humanity. The article reports Epstein surrounded himself with leading scientists and would tell them he wanted to have 20 women impregnated at a time on the ranch.
As the New York Times explained, Epstein's plan to impregnate
20 women at a time. Not just one time. 20 women at a time. How many times? You fucking retarded. Nigga, what? Why do you need scientists? Why do you need scientists to get 20 women pregnant and you fucking on children?
Women at a time at his New Mexico ranch in order to seed the human race with his DNA. A plan he told to a number of the scientific luminaries.
This is the same shit that must be talking about. The fuck? Deadbeat ass daddy. That's why I can't hear this shit. Oh, Lord. God is hilarious. I kept hearing, oh, deadbeat ass daddy. Deadbeat ass daddy. I was like, damn, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? What you mean? What? Huh? Oh, deadbeat ass daddy. This nigga is wild.
He kept in his orbit, put a modern gloss on a very old idea. Mr. Epstein's vision reflected his long-standing fascination.
Look at how these motherfuckers talk about this nigga. They glorify him. Put a modern gloss. Let's see what the fuck, what he said.
It's just announced a brand new initiative that we have not
as urgent were issues related to population, reproductive health.
But did you come to reproductive issues?
Connection with Epstein and MIT Media Lab, Gates
reflected his long-standing fascination
to improve humanity. The article reports Epstein surrounded himself with leading scientists and would tell them he wanted to have 20 women impregnated at a time on the ranch.
As the New York Times explained, Epstein's plan to impregnate 20 women at a time at his New Mexico ranch in order to seed the human race with his DNA, a plan he told to a number of the scientific luminaries he kept in his orbit, put a modern gloss on a very old idea.
Put a modern gloss on an old idea. Buffering shit to make it shine. Get the fuck out of here.
Epstein's vision reflected his long-standing fascination with what has become known as transhumanism, the science of improving the human population through technologies like genetic engineering and artificial intelligence. Critics have likened transhumanism to a modern-day version of eugenics, the discredited field of improving the human race through controlled breeding.
Now, you might say, hey, we do have issues with family planning on the continent of Africa, and I would agree with you. But the answer is not injecting hormonal stuff in women's bodies. In my opinion, the answer is building the educational base, the knowledge base of the people. In my opinion, it's creating a better environment in general for the population to educate itself, rise economically, and have self-actualization. That is to many of Africans' problems. It's not a quick fix. It's not going to happen overnight, but it is a sustainable, safe, and healthy method by which we are going to improve the continent of Africa. Africa has to stop its dependency on the West, because when they control you and they create this dependency, they can implement all sorts of things that may or may not be for the best interest of the people. It is a playbook we've seen time and time. And it's about time this all stopped. We have to make sure that the leadership in Africa does not just bend over to the desires of people that are willing to throw money their way. You know, not all money is good money. Not all quick solutions are good long-term solutions. There are secondary and tertiary effects. And the way that we are now playing God, trying to switch off the natural processes of a female's reproductive system for almost a decade is just not something that I'm ready to trust yet. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this something you're ready to trust? Your opinions are really valuable to me, and I really appreciate all of the support that people give me in the comments section. If you have nothing to write in there, would it be too much for me to ask you to write saying no to Bill in the comments? It just lets me know that you watched the video to the end, you support the message, you like the channel, and you want me to continue. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
That is fucking insane. Insane. So this is deep. This is good.
DSG presents your fake.
Better than I thought it would. Oh, Jesus. These motherfuckers are cooked. Closer look at 911 what? So deputy threatened to kill 17-year-old girl 3 weeks ago. Girl, I would have had that bitch in the chokehold. It would take everything in me not to have that lady in the fucking chokehold. I'm not gonna lie.
We are getting a better sense of the kind of 911 calls coming out of Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, that's right, Drew. Request NBC6 has obtained records that show a pattern. NBC6 politics reporter Hansel Vella is here to break it down and what the documents show.
Absolutely. So yes, this is the list of emergency calls from Collier County to the so-called Alligator Alcatraz, a small glimpse into what's happening inside. Since July 1st, when the state-run Everglades Detention Center first opened, there have been 34 calls, an average of 2 per day, and just 2, according to records, were medical calls. 4, what they call special contract calls, another 4 labeled as legal advice calls. But most of the list is a category labeled unknown problem. There are 11 of those calls. Today, the governor talked about what's been happening at the facility.
We've had folks that have been deported from that place.
And we've talked about that.
Well, looking at that indictment we just got in this morning, the investigators seem to have uncovered months of communication between the 51-year-old female deputy and this then 17-year-old girl. We are told that those videos include the deputy performing sex acts on the then minor. The sheriff here at Miami-Dade saying she is disturbed by all of it. After several years of serving in Miami-Dade law enforcement, this deputy, Carly Miranda Plum, is now relieved of her duty and in federal custody, charged with receipt and production of child sex abuse material involving a 17-year-old. In the indictment of the 50...
Yeah, we did go over this. I remember now. Ooh, these motherfuckers. I mean, don't it seem like some colonizing ass shit that they're teaching and protecting. I would say trying to protect. They are actually protecting that shit. This shit is ridiculous. I don't understand it. But then again, I digress because I've already said and try to get it through my head that we cannot understand a sick society that was bred on this shit. But we can definitely take the change to not be like that. Because this is beyond frustrating. Oh, my bad. Not surprised. Damn, that's fucked up. Officer pulls over a paraplegic and a blind man, then orders them to do something. It doesn't let me see the complete sentence, which is absolutely absurd, as we know. But some people like to do absurd shit. But like I was saying, we of the decent mind, no matter the race, we of the decent mind, we will not fuck. Don't beat my ass, bitch. That's crazy. It says, catch me outside. I just said that shit too. Catch me outside. Vicky's kidnapping and human traffic. The girl, is she being...
Watch this. I saw it the other day.
Case Connect, a
revolutionary. Shut that fuck up. I want that shit on a soul level.
All the signs are there, and it's evident that Woah Vicky needs help. What started off as a terrible prank has shifted into a possible reality, with influencer Woah Vicky being controlled by a handful of men and human trafficked across the world. Today, we're going to go through all the evidence that Woah Vicky needs to be saved, so let's get into it.
Now, I understand human trafficking, right? But I don't believe that she is stuck like that. Like,
she actually admitted to faking her own kidnapping on social media for attention. Obviously, that's a really disturbing and almost illegal thing to go and do. So after she admitted to faking her kidnapping, a lot of people did not take her seriously.
We kind of got carried away with the joke, We just like to have fun and joke, I don't drink or just go to the club, so this is how I find my entertainment. It's probably not the best way to do it. I should probably be like reading the Bible or something like that. But sometimes, you want to have a little fun. The Bible says laughter is good for the soul. So I be wanting to laugh, and this is how I find that funny.
Even though Woah Vicky said that this was a joke, a lot of people were still concerned about her well-being even after coming home from Africa. Vicky does a lot of live streams, and in one of her live streams, talks about needing help. People took this as a sign of her trying to tell her audience that she needs this help, but not trying to be too obvious, because you'll notice a lot of times Woah Vicky is followed by some men. She always has these men following her, making sure she's doing what she's supposed to do. So like I said in this video, we have a lot of signs that there could be something going on here, and you really have to pay close attention, because what if she can't tell us what's really happening? I need help.
Taking this breath out. And I'm taking the
braids out. That's all I need help with.
That's all you need help with? Well, Vicky, because if you take a better look at this video, you'll see people in the comments are bringing up that she's covered in bruises. Another person asked, is no one going to call the cops? Like, are we all seeing this and just waiting for the next post? Like, where do we start? How do we help? Other creators have caught wind that something is up with Whoa Vicky, and other TikTokers have noted different moments where it seems like Whoa Vicky is signaling to her followers that there's something more there. The question is, what could be happening? I mean, Whoa Vicky has money. She's an influencer. I don't know if she spent it all, but you'd think that she's relatively successful. Could they be kind of using her and exploiting her in a Britney Spears manner? Though, what are they forcing her to do exactly?
Whoa Vicky is 100% being trafficked. The signs are all there, even though they might not be obvious to you, but it is obvious to me.
So are we just gonna ignore the fact that a girl said to Vicky, wear red in your next video if you need help, and she shows up wearing a red dress 3 times after that comment?
In one of her lives, a person from the chat allegedly asked to point to her neck if she needed help, and this was her response.
So God is watching me. It's fine.
This comment reads, how can she play that over and over and they not get suspicious? It is an interesting song from Doechii. I have anxiety, they're watching over me. It kind of speaks to what we think Whoa Vicky could be experiencing. This blind item reads, there's been a nasty accident in Hollywood and someone will have to pay up. The issue is nobody wants to take responsibility per usual. But that's not the case anymore because with Morgan & Morgan, regular people are fine. So you don't have to pay.
In this picture, you can see it looks like bruises on her.
You were kidnapped.
Oh, Vicky broke down.
For real. Made it out alive of Nigeria, the place where you said you were kidnapped, but then that you were joking that you were kidnapped.
Oh, Vicky broke down on live crying. At this point, it's starting to get concerning. Someone posted this picture. You can see it looks like bruises on her face. And this is a picture of her breaking down while she was on live. She ended the live crying. It's like she is forced to
This reminds me of Amy Bradley, the woman who was taken from the cruise ship and now she's living abroad and we think that she's living abroad. Nonetheless, it's just pretty creepy. You could go to these countries and be trafficked and completely wiped of your identity.
That everything is okay. And a lot of people have concerns that she only goes live if she's getting a service done, that her energy seems really off in the podcast that she did, and that somebody was in the back actually telling her what to say.
Now, Whoa Vicky has tried to say that she was joking and that there wasn't something going on here, but almost making it out alive. It sounds like that was really traumatic. And now people have started to go back and look at her time in Nigeria, look at footage of Whoa Vicky, and watch her interactions with these men. One man in particular who's an alleged trafficker in this situation. Oh God, don't come after me. But if they do, honestly, I will. If I see some human trafficking, I will kick some ass. But anyways, you can see the way that she looks at him and the way that he gets upset with Whoa Vicky when she goes off script. It does seem like there is someone telling her what to do at all times.
Making up your names now against your will?
No, that's not the case.
Lagos.
I didn't Lego.
I didn't enjoy myself.
I bego.
I didn't enjoy myself.
I didn't enjoy myself.
I know back.
I know I go back.
So American.
So American.
So American people, bye bye.
Bye bye.
American
people say bye bye.
American people, bye bye.
American people, bye bye.
$1 million. It's not easy for her. This is a joke. It's a joke. Why would I joke about my business? This is where I make money.
What the fuck?
I've been calling everybody. Everybody be saying though everything funny. Not funny because she's not coming back to the state.
It sounds like this man's admitting to having his business as taking advantage of tourists or women in her situation and then holding them hostage for money, which actually reminds me, when I was in college, I think it was in 2017, I went to Cabo San Lucas, and there was someone from my college who was actually held, and his parents had to go and pay out a hostage fee or a transactional fee. I don't know what you call that.
That's why they target little skinny, pretty little girls, because they know some of these women like me have thumpers. I have thumpers for people that want to fucking play with me. And I wouldn't be the type to be enslaved for shit. I would be kicking ass. I would take the opportunity to really kick some ass. Fuck this shit. You ain't gonna traffic me and threaten me. That's why I'm glad I didn't take my ass to Africa. I ain't gonna lie. They would have been shit out of luck anyway trying to traffic my ass for anything. My parents, shit. Family don't give a fuck.
But these things are very real. I mean, I don't even think that became like a major story, but everyone at my college knew. Oh wow, this really does seem like her pimp. And look at her body language. She's so tense, barely moving. And when he's going in for her face, her hands are still like at her side.
She don't want to kiss him. She don't want to kiss him. That's not fake. That's very real. That's not fake. That is very much so real. She's been trafficked.
She's very scary. After she jokingly posted about getting kidnapped. Is she okay? Look at her body language. Jasmine says, I think she met him on social media and was thinking that she was meeting for a collab, but it ended up being for something else. Now, this influencer person trafficker is actually known as Father DMW55. He's an influencer in his own right. Looking online, it looks like he is an influencer in Nigeria, known for his comedy and his music as Father DMW55. He's an influencer in his own right. Looking online, it looks like he is an influencer in Nigeria, known for his comedy and his music. Looks like he also has over 1 million followers on Instagram, so he's, I guess, doing something right in the social media space. When Wolvicki was trying to walk back the kidnapping allegations, she actually spoke fondly of this man, saying, my brother, Father DMW, looked out for me throughout my entire trip in Nigeria. I love and respect him deeply, and I would never want anything to happen to him. She goes on to say, I never intended to make any black man or any country, especially Nigeria, look bad. If I came across that way, I'm truly sorry. But like Wolvicki said, she was able to get out of that situation. A couple months later, Wolvicki moved on with another influencer named Chess in Effect. On a live stream, she looks so uncomfortable. The person behind the camera is reading the comments. Listening closely to him, at the end, he says, we control her with good reason. And then his laugh gives you that creepy villain vibes. Like, Wolvicki's a grown woman. She's been an adult for a while too. I think she's like later 20s, so I don't think she needs to be controlled by these men.
Free Vicky. Free Vicky. Vicky's free. Look at her right now. She's enjoying herself. She's living her life. You understand? She's living her life. You understand? But we control.
It also kind of reminds me of how people, when they're in these situations, it kind of reminds me of what is it called? Taken, the movie. They will drug you up, get you addicted to drugs, so that you become reliant on these people. So it's not just about like, it's not like you're just, you sympathize with your capture. You also become addicted and on these drugs, and it changes your brain chemistry. I mean, even here, I don't think she's like, messed up, but she seems a little bit off, right?
Good reason. Because over here, it's different than America. She's here in her own free will. What's her name? Wonafula. So her name is not Vicky, it's Wonafula. So no Vicky, Wonafula.
Even trying to change Vicky's name to Wolafula, to me, seems like another strategy to like erase her previous identity.
What does Wonafula mean in Nigerian?
What does Instagram mean in Nigerian?
Bitch, I did not say no goddamn Instagram. What does Wonafuna mean in Nigerian?
Didn't hear that. Tap mic.
Erase her previous identity so that even here, I don't think she's like, messed up, but she seems a little bit off, right? You also become addicted and on these drugs, and it changes your brain chemistry. I mean, even here, I don't think she's like, messed up, but she seems a little bit off, right?
Good reason, because over here, it's different than America. She's here in her own free will. What's her name? Wona Fula. So her name?
Wona Fula. What the fuck does that mean?
It's not Vicky, it's Wona Fula. So no Wo Vicky, Wona Fula.
Even trying to change Vicky's name to Wola Fula, to me, girl over here, I believe maybe she's back in Africa. I don't know exactly where this influencer is based. There have been a lot of allegations over at Zeus. We've tried to tackle them before, but we are going to work on that in another too.
Damn, there goes Zeus Network again. And I did want to talk about not particularly Zeus Network, but Blac Chyna. I don't know if y'all remember Blac Chyna in 2021. She was holding people hostage in her fucking hotel room to the point her friend had to come fight, to get her out. Like, it was a whole big, huge thing. And then Blac Chyna called herself turning her life around, un-BBLing her body, and etc., X, Y, and Z. When them girls are known, especially down there and in the Miami area, to traffic other female energies, and in particular, what's that one from Housewives of Atlanta, that one girl, Jocelyn. Jocelyn is known for doing that too, which, what's her name? Has called her, not so much called her out, but did an interview with a lady that had that experience with Jocelyn, and them doing these different, these different shows, and them having like child trafficking tendencies. I mean, it pretty much could be, because if you're not in a state of mind of, if you're in that fear state of mind, they have gotten you back to a feared state, which you really is unnatural to have to be in that type of state. So, and Jocelyn is from Miami, if I'm not mistaken. And they have a lot of that mentality in these different shows, especially when it comes to Dominican mix or, island girl type of vibes sometimes. And even in America, we hear about that girl that got fucking unalived. Her last name was Jackson. And her friends took her to Mexico just to unalive her.
But in 2023, Natalie Nunn, who is a producer of Baddies, was actually...
And Natalie Nunn is another one. And she's a producer of this. And apparently she also has this trafficking mentality, like a madam.
Accused of...
And this is a part of another of the slave mind mentality of, pimping and hoeing and slave sexing people out for their own purposes. Y'all, hold on, sorry.
Human trafficking people. There was even a petition created for this. So it's interesting we see Wo Vicky spotted in an organization that's known for possibly, lots of allegations of trafficking people.
This happened to Wo Vicky because she went down to the police station, filed a police report, there's charges on all of them. And then next thing you know, she's in Nigeria. And they're saying it's because of Natalie. How come this isn't being talked about? I don't see that enough. How come this isn't being talked about? I don't see that enough.
There have been other people who have been a part of this show, baddies, who have accused Lamel Plummer, the CEO of Zeus, and Natalie Nunn of trafficking. Actually, Smiley is a famous character from their franchise, and she has been really outspoken about these allegations. But another character named Lala, who had been on the show, actually came out and did a podcast interview speaking in detail on why she believes these people are human traffickers.
She told me that it was promotional, everything was going to be paid for, I didn't have to worry about anything, all expenses paid, and that basically we were going to network and meet these people in Nigeria. You could become a bigger star in Nigeria, better than the United States, get more money. That's what she was telling me. To go use the bathroom, and she actually followed behind me into the bathroom, and after I used the bathroom, I washed my hands, whatever, she took my hands and she looked me in my eyes, and she was like, look, I don't want you to tell nobody you're transgender on this trip, because you can get killed, I'll get killed, and we all will not make it back home. And so at that point, I was like, I didn't know why she was telling me that. But, oh yeah, she told me also in the bathroom of the lobby, don't let them touch on you or feel down. You have to take me to another hotel room. And that door was already open. I saw it was cracked and it was like completely dark, like dim. And she told me in the hallway, she was like, I want you to go in there. I want you to basically give him did what I did with the guy. He gave me the rest of the money after.
And so, had you ever sold yourself for money before that?
No.
So this literally sounds like some real pimp.
So it seems like Natalie is promising her fame for exchange of giving up her body, which I don't think anyone is really that comfortable with. I mean, do you really want some Zeus clout that bad?
I got a scratch on my face and bump on my head. So after that, I played cool, right? I go back to my hotel. The next day, I wake up, Uber to the police station, file the police report on all of them, and get my flight and get the freak out of Maryland. But it sounds good. I forgive all of them. Jesus love them. We don't fight against flesh and blood. I don't blame them.
Next thing you know, she's over there in Nigeria. Well, come to find out, Natalie Nunn has her own connections. Remember, here's a little web. We'll make a little pyramid or something. There's Natalie Nunn. She's connected to the CEO of Zeus Network. Here's Vicky, who was basically claiming she was duped by Zeus Network. Okay, so here's Natalie Nunn right here. Okay. Natalie Nunn has a history of Nigerian connections, all right?
Now, as of recently, Wovicky made a post last month, and she's trying to clarify and walk back some of this situation, but nobody's buying it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I've already addressed this situation about 20 times, but I'm gonna do it again because y'all are so annoying. You keep harassing everybody I'm with, and you keep harassing me. I tried to ignore it because I thought if I just ignore it, it would pass over because I know they just want attention. But I don't know if y'all genuinely think or whatever. I'm in America, I'm safe. I went to Africa 6 months ago for a vacation. I did a prank, and it went the wrong way, right? A friend told me,
Not her like pausing, looking around, kind of like lip smacking, like before she goes into what her friend told her. Yeah. Tell us that story, Vicky.
We prank called a friend. He posted it. It ended up going viral. Then my friend had my Twitter account and wanted to try to do a coin thing off of it, so I tweeted it. But anyways, it's fake. Nothing ever happened to me. I went to Africa vacation to see friends. I'm a world traveler. I love to travel. Nothing's wrong with me. Please go on somewhere. Know that y'all are just clout chasing, you want attention, but you're harassing me, you're calling everybody I'm with, and people don't even want to hang out with me anymore because now y'all are accusing
fake that, then you did that. I mean, you're the one that started this fiasco, and look at the signs, it seems like it may not have been a prank after all.
Care company doesn't even want to work with me anymore, closing company because y'all are just harassing everybody. Like, it honestly is so embarrassing, and I just want this to stop. So please, you're making me feel bad. Like,
and why she's saying that, right, y'all? What do they say in the industry, right? That if they don't sell their soul, and remind you, this is in the demonic code, right? If you don't sell your soul, if you don't continue to sell the JJ, that ping, right? Like, you fall off. This is known. So this is sounding like this is what she sold her soul for, or is being forced, therefore they're going to have her ass wrapped up. Remember what I told y'all when it's not fun when the rabbit got the gun? When you got to fight all these demons. when you got to start going against these demons, it feel like you by yourself, and people don't know how to be alone, and people don't want to, you know what I'm saying, turn the other cheek for real and walk towards God and keep going, no matter the price of what they think they're going to have to pay. They have to take preventative measures, of course, and it's hard to do that when people in the industry can fucking pay off anybody to do you something. And it's kind of ironic, but then it's not ironic because I was thinking about, God was bringing it to me to speak on just not fucking with the industry, period. And how I ended up just not fucking with the industry because I would not do so. Like, they really want to tie you. That's that Gregorian knot too. Like, you are sharing entities. You are sharing demons, sexually transmitted demons. Those are STDs, sexually transmitted demons, with a group of people. And that shit keeps going and going with whoever you share that sex tie with. That's why you gotta be careful who you have sex with, how y'all have sex, because it's some dark shit out there. And it seems very much so like it's just sex. It seems like that, but it's more. That's that Gregorian knot that I have talked about. I have a reading, or a couple readings talking about the Gregorian knot. And now I kind of understand what this other reader was talking about as well, when she was mentioning the Gregorian knot and how these entities are tied to each other, and how these STDs and what they say, sexually transmitted demons and sexually transmitted entity. I think there's another wording for it, but this is the functions of how and why tarot works the way that it does. So if you guys can pay attention, you guys will be able to follow the energy and how to evade this energy and how to heal this energy as well. This pertains to yoni steams, yoni cleanses, fasting. Whew, Jesus, it's a lot to get away from this type, and it's so vast. The porn industry is also into this. The shaming rituals. Oh my God.
It's just sad, bro. Please make it stop. Like, you're really trying to ruin my life. Like,
I mean, that's Vicky in her own words, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Trafficking is a really scary topic, not something you joke about. So, I mean, if she's getting harassed, then we don't wish that upon anyone. But a stripper pole in the background, yes, that is a stripper pole. I wonder how long into the video until someone's gonna be like, is that a stripper pole in the background? Yes, I'm at my parents' house. Is it real? No, it really is. Because when I myself up on that thing, maybe in one of my videos, you guys can, I'll go up on there. Yeah. Maybe on my podcast. Okay, if you guys tune in my Let's Get Into It podcast on Wednesday, I will move the leather chair, and I will, at the end of the podcast, I will give you a show. Oh, I'm just kidding, not give you a show, but maybe I'll try to go upside down or something. Okay, make sure you guys remind me in the comments below, but I love you, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.
So, yeah, end up talking about it anyway, right? Yeah, this whole industry is fucked, so you just see, and talking about sacred energy and having patience and having discipline, simply because you never know who has that fucking sexually transmitted demon, bruh. And it's something that person has to fight alone, and you have to fight alone, and then you have to fight with each other to fight that entity. You know what I'm saying? But as closely related to Asmodeus and Moloch. So those are two of the demons that it's related to. So shit, just understand what it is. fuck?
I'm fine. I'm carrying my belt now.
What do you do? You switch I wear.
Baba, bro, I beg you guys to try.
Stand up with it. Bro, let's get 1 million followers on Instagram.
If you get 1 million followers for Instagram, make you kind of go buy food now. How you can consign me?
Wait, do you with the shop? Wouldn't be your belt with that?
Hey, wait, where's the bill?
Give me some. Cash of US. Father. Hey, don't worry. This on the house.
Then, just me and my friend. All of me now. Chebi say likes no dey pay for food. You go pay our food now.
If the lights good like that, carry the lights go Dubai.
Hello? What? I just on a free trip to Dubai.
Whoa, so guys, my guy just won a free trip to Dubai. Hey, guys, his picture won the highest likes, man. Fuck, superstar! Stop playing.
Which Dubai?
Allah, I beg.
Hello, it's your boy Father TMW. We are live in Dubai right now. Love you guys. Shout out to my friend and fans. Yes, sir, you know the vibe.
Father!
Bro, you see the better for us. If you be my baby girl, we go better for us. For better, for better for us. If you be my baby girl, we go better for us.
I don't know. Well, that's something somebody else. It's not him. So you never know. Part 2 4 years ago. This is some 4 years ago, but that don't mean that it's.
Damn, that's evil, twin. That mean we evil then. Play music. Now that little boy over here on Instagram. Thank y'all. Okay. Today.
A day ago. Whoa. Popular influencer missing after baddie audition found in. Hold up. Wait a minute. Found in an abandoned house. What do you mean? Like she's found passed away or what? What the fuck? Please go.
Unloving. She was just generous. She was kind.
Yeah, she is found unalive after baddie's fucking audition. That does not make no fucking sense. So, fuck. This is definitely not looking good. Because I guarantee you, they want to unalive the ones that don't conform to what they want them to do. And if they, fuck.
Don't fuck anyone. He's a haram. So I don't fuck.
You never fucked before.
Yeah, I've never fucked
all
before.
all the bad bitches in Nigeria, you never fucked none of them.
I'm a virgin. Any girl I see in my eyes, I'm not fucking because I didn't like fuck. Yeah, I'm serious. Ask my parents.
Have you ate pussy then?
Ooh.
What's pussy?
Don't play with me.
I'm serious.
You never ate the pussy. How you know about you the virgin, baby? What a virgin is? You don't know what you never ate pussy. You don't know what a pussy is now? You don't know what a vagina is located?
I don't know what
vagina. Pussy, a woman's vagina.
Pussy, a woman's vagina.
Vagina, coochie, pussy.
No. I don't do pussy on. I don't do pussy on. I'm not doing that. I'm a simple. I don't like man too much. Since they bought me till now, I didn't fuck. I'm serious. I didn't fuck.
You kiss a girl before?
Kiss, yeah. Kiss. No. What's kiss? No, it's not good. No.
Why?
Because I'm a Muslim.
Muslims don't get pussy. Muslims get 5, 6, 7, 8 wives, but you have to marry.
They are married. Me, I've never married before. I need to marry, carry wife, come my house before I have do it.
So you want to fuck Eva? Will you marry her?
Huh?
If you want to marry Eva so you can fuck her?
I never marry her. If I marry her, come house, make her see her here, bang bang.
Whew. I'm just so not into it. Buffalo Wild Wings server forces teen girl to prove her gender. What? That looked like the girl that said she was ready to hop on the damn spaceship if they had aluminum fucking deodorant and shit. She was ready to go. If they got oxygen on there, then she's ready to go.
Wings. The server forces a teen girl to prove her gender. Here it is.
So our client Jerica, she was at Buffalo Wild Wings with her friend. They were just enjoying dinner, and Jerica had to use the bathroom, so she went to use the women's room as she always does. And her waitress came in, banged on the stall door, accused her of being a man or a boy in the women's room, forced her out of the stall, and eventually made her unzip her hoodie to show that she has breasts. She was wearing a shirt, but that she wasn't allowed to leave the bathroom until that happened. It's really upsetting. It should never happen to anyone. Our client's only 18 years old. She's still in high school.
This wasn't the first time something like this happened, but this is like the worst time. Because other people, like, they just say, like, this is a girl's restroom, and they just go on about their day. But this one, like, she kept it going. She was, like, not screaming. Like, she made me feel, like, very uncomfortable. Like, now, like, after that, like, I just don't like going in public bathrooms. Like, I just hold it in.
Pitiful mass. It's a damn shame, isn't it? Buffalo Wild Wings server forces a teenage girl to prove her gender.
She just fucked her.
Teen's lawyer.
They gonna make her a registered
broke down what happened.
offender.
I'm taking you to Minnesota. In Minnesota, an 18-year-old named Garika Mudra has filed a charge of discrimination against a Buffalo Wild Wings.
This was 5 days ago. But I just watched a video that was talking about there was a cult. There is a cult still active in Minnesota of pedophiles. And the state never held them accountable. Never held them fucking accountable. So I wouldn't doubt that this story is not true at all. I mean, not true, but as if this happened, and if they had, like, this is a lady from that generational lineage of people that would do that shit to people. Like, you just wanted to see some boobs, your nasty perverted ass And I hope they make her register as a fucking sex offender, because if this lady don't have no fucking charges pressed on her as a fucking sex offender, and that girl was a minor, like, why would you force somebody? Who the fuck are you to force somebody to reveal their private parts to prove that they're a certain race or gender? What did she have motherfucking surgery and bitch, you couldn't tell? Regardless of the fact, who are you? You know, girl, bitch. I cannot, bro. Like, that's what she deserves. And I hope that she gets that.
The man needs to get out of here, end quote. Went to dinner, and the restroom, Mudra said, quote, protects people from discrimination based on gender identity and sexual orientation.
Exactly.
About protected characteristics like gender identity. Gender Justice said Mudra's experience, quote, reflects a broader climate of fear and suspicion aimed at anyone who doesn't conform the narrow expectation of what girls and women should look like. That suspicion has been driven largely by the wave of state legislation targeting trans people, particularly their access to school sports and bathrooms that align with their gender identities, though Minnesota has not enacted such legislation yet. So we've seen this fear demonstrated with many cisgender female athletes that have had their gender questioned on the international stage, having to endure various tests to prove their de facto gender. All right, so, you know, while you have some civil statutes here, it sounds criminal to me for anyone to go into a bathroom. I want you to imagine a man going into a bathroom. There's a woman in the stall banging on the stall, saying, "You have to get out. Only women allowed in here." And then saying, "Prove you are a woman." And that individual who is cornered in that space having to show by themselves, they have to prove to this staffer that they are in fact a woman. Public accommodations is a civil law that basically says, you know, if you have something that the public can come to, you got to make sure you treat everybody the same way. Okay, public accommodation. That's a violation of that federal rule. You got many state rules; they are violated. But it seems that this would be also a violation of law to do something like this to another human being. You have an 18-year-old girl whose life is probably changed forever because of the experience. This is an unforced error. It didn't have to happen. Nobody should police this, but all of a sudden, here we go. Dear brother, thoughts here.
Yeah, I think this is against the law. It's also incredibly creepy, and I think it is the logical conclusion of a lot of anti-trans laws, trans rhetoric that is incredibly popular on the right now as they try to come up with a new out group. I think if the roles were reversed, this would seem even creepier. And yeah, I mean, it's absolutely horrible what this girl went through. I mean, the fact that she had to eat at Buffalo Wild Wings is bad enough. I've had their wings and they're really not that great. So I wish her the best on multiple fronts.
There you go.
Yeah, that's not bad. So here we are. At 3 hours, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll keep dealing with my situation over here of trying to balance out my emotions. Plastic comes for crude oil, plastic.
Over half a gallon of plastic diesel. Diesel I made from plastic waste. I put this diesel part I got with diesel engine.
It's rough for you to actually put it in an engine.
Yes, sir.
Who allowed you to use their car to try out this fuel? I want to know.
You said you needed a diesel vehicle to try out your plastic diesel. And we did it. We finally secured one. So we got S3
So this is real diesel getting we're pulling out of the truck. Get the fuel filter.
Un jour t'achètes, un jour tu aimes, un jour tu jettes, mais un jour tu payes, un jour tu verras, on s'aimera.
Get over half a gallon of plastic diesel. Diesel I made from plastic waste.
No.
Like, you know, we got that man to move in across the street. Yeah, I see. He looks single, like it's just him. I was telling Barbara he looked mighty suspicious. Oh, really? She said for me to try to look him up on this here website. Oh, okay. www.publicdatacheck.com. Oh, that's a good website. I said, I don't know where I've seen his face before on the news or something, but he looked like somebody we might need to check out. You used it before? Yeah, it's really good. They got reverse phone lookup, unlimited background checks, and it's completely anonymous. Oh, honey, so you ain't got to worry about being anonymous. Okay. I don't care who know I checked them out and when I checked them out. I don't care about none of that, but that's good to know. I know that's right. Don't check them out whether it's anonymous or not. I know that's right. You got to do what you got to do. You said it's unlimited. It is. Okay, good, because then we can check out these folks right here to the left, because it look like they keep people down in their basement, and I got a branch down here. Okay. Come on in here and help me look it up. All right. I know this ain't no dial-up. You still using dial-up? Oh, let me mind my business.
So that's it for tonight, y'all. Let's keep it moving. Be aware. Take safety precautions. Everything cleanse, clear. Keep your mind clear. Ground. You know, do your spiritual bath, cleanse, and your protection, cleansing, and healing methods. Please and thank you. Let's keep these babies safe, man. Keep ourselves safe. This world is trifling. And these people don't care about who they sacrifice. They don't care. But we're gonna make them understand this shit ain't gonna last. Y'all be great. She is a queen. She is a queen. Back to America. I said they are Back to America motherfucking live. Jacksonville weather.
Didn't hear that.
Back to America song. Get wrinkles.
Back to America song.
I myself have a headache. Fuck around. She is your queen. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh, she starting to look good.
She's your queen.
That was so degrading. So degrading. So fucking degrading. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous. These people are crazy. Oh, back to America, my ass. We never fucking left. Y'all be great. Self-love, self-care, self-reflection, accountability. Woo, hold those accountable for those who need to be accountable. Thank you guys. Thank you for the like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Be great. Tune in for next time. It will not be tomorrow. If I can get up early, it will be tomorrow. But if not, I will see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. Don't give up. It's too easy. Okay? All right.